Hello and welcome. Many people experience some form of anxiety or fear as part of their normal lives. But for millions, the anxieties and fears that they have are persistent and overwhelming and interfere with daily life. People in these situations suffer from what's known as an anxiety disorder. These are a group of psychiatric disorders whose effects can range from mild at one end of the scale to terrifying and disabling at the other. Experts currently think that anxiety disorders can be caused by a combination of biological and environmental factors, just like heart disease, diabetes, or other physical disorders. And in some cases they can be caused by something we experience, either as a disturbing single event or as a situation that slowly takes its toll over a period of time. Although they are not always treated seriously, anxiety disorders are real, are serious, but above all are treatable. The good news is that the vast majority of people with an anxiety disorder can be helped quite easily through using the appropriate professional care. Now, although success rates vary, treatments such as cognitive therapy, psychotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy and medication used either alone or in combination can be very effective. The thing is that many people are, as I am, disturbed by the side effects of the drugs that are used to treat these problems, and the effectiveness of some of the other treatments is questioned by many in the profession. Now you might ask, why would a low-carb diet coach like me want to start talking about panic and anxiety? It's actually quite simple. Many of the people I deal with got fat because they turned to food as a way of compensating for other problems in their lives. My mission is to help people get fit and healthy. But it's no use giving someone a great diet without tackling the reason for their overeating in the first place. Doing that would only provide a temporary fix, and experience tells me that they could easily return to their old ways should the problem become too much to bear again. After all, I can readily give people great tools to help them reinforce the new ways of eating, but in my estimation it's always better to build those on a firm foundation, having got rid of the thing that caused them the problem beforehand. And quite frankly, I don't want to give anyone who turns to me for help yet more problems with, say, drug side effects. So I decided to do the right thing and take time to seek out a proper solution to the problem, which, as it turns out, can help more people than just those who want to lose a bit of fat. This is not a small problem if you consider that something like 1 in 20 of the population of Western countries have issues relating to anxiety in one way or another. That's equivalent to about 50 million of the population of the US, 3 to 4 million of the population of the UK, and obviously the same type of proportions can be applied to Australia, New Zealand, and in fact all of the other countries of the West. So, what causes a panic attack? Well, the results from a study by the University College of London, published in the journal Science in 2007, throw light on the subject. Researchers monitoring the flow of blood in the brain have shown that during bouts of extreme anxiety or panic, the activity in the brain moves from the prefrontal cortex at the front, that's where we rationalize and make decisions, over to the midbrain area, where our survival mechanisms such as fight or flight originate from. What the new research is telling us is that people's mental activity during a panic attack is suddenly moving to the midbrain, resulting in a heightened state of fear and panic. In short, a separate part of your brain becomes more active during a panic attack. Now, there are a number of ways you can overcome these problems without using drugs, each of them very effective, but tackling the problem from a slightly different angle and, I must say, using a different set of tools to achieve the solution. Now really, which one you go for depends on your personal preference as to how you like to be coached and learn new skills. It's a fact that some people like to have things in black and white and read them at their own pace, going through a manual, say. Others may like to be able to listen along as someone explains a new technique to them. Of course, with audio you get the bonus of being able to use some time, say, on your commute to work more profitably, so that would appeal to someone like me, I know. For yet others, a video is probably the best way of taking in new information. In any event, the research I've done will save you a lot of time, as I've taken time and care to find out which of the available methods are, in my opinion, the best. And then I went on and made a short video about each one, and you can see that free on panicbreaker.com. Now, apart from using different ways of getting their message across, such as video, audio, written, or in some cases a combination of all these, all of the programs have passed my must-have criteria, guaranteeing to deal effectively with most anxiety disorders. At the same time, some of the programs also seem to have one or another disorder that you could say they specialize in. Where that's so, I mention it in the individual video. Also, we get to see which method each of the programs use, and I also list what you get as part of the program and how you get it, whether that's a CD or something in the mail, or by instant download, for instance. In fact, all of the ones I recommend do have an instant download option, and frankly that's something that makes sense to me. I know if I had just laid out my hard-earned cash for something, I'd want it as soon as possible, and Instantly certainly fits that bill. So, just how effective are these programs? The short answer is very effective, as you'll be able to see for yourself. And by my taking time and making careful choices, I've eliminated most of your worries and made choosing the best ones for you much easier. That's because the programs I have chosen give you a minimum of 56 days to trial the system. Some of them give you a bit longer. So if within that time, and in the unlikely event you find the first program doesn't work for you, then you can get your money back, and that's a 100% refund. On that note, I'd like to give you a few pointers as to how to choose which is the right one for you. Now, probably the best place to start is to go through the 5 or 6 videos on panicbreaker.com, so you get a good overview of each of the programs. Then determine which anxiety disorder you have an issue with, and then use the grid on panicbreaker.com to see which program has a leaning towards a particular problem that you want to deal with. Next, of those that deal with the problem you want to target, see which ones deliver the program in the way that you like to be coached and taught. That's either as a manual you can read, or as an audio or a video, and so on. Once you've made your choice, simply click on the relevant link in the selection grid to get more details directly from the website of your chosen program. That way you can make sure you feel at home with the program even before you start. Now, once you're satisfied it's all okay, just follow the link on the program's website to go through the payment options and download your chosen program instantly. That's really all there is to it. So let's recap a little bit. Look at the videos for each program, then use the grid to help you confirm which of the programs seems to be the best fit for you. Click on the link to get the information, download the program, go through it at your own pace, and get your life back. As I often say, you owe it to yourself to be the best you can and get the best you can from life, and it's my hope for you that you do just that. This is Mark Moxham wishing you all the very best. Until next time.